My name is Mason Caird. I'm a senior this year, and I'm going to be presenting you my independent study, Raspberry Pi TV Part 2. Now, you may all have seen this display case before. It's an Eric Johnson main lobby. If you look carefully in the middle top shelf, you're going to see a TV. That TV has been off for a while, but my goal this semester is to turn that TV back on and to display important information regarding the math and CS department. And to do that, I used my favorite computer, Raspberry Pi 3. Now, before I began this process of doing this, I set myself up some goals for this semester. The first goal was to remote into the Raspberry Pi and change slideshow content with any device on the Whitworth campus, and to also turn off and on automatically so that no professor would have to manually touch it. Then also set a certain time for each slide and make a slideshow start during the boot up process in the Raspberry Pi. While I was trying to complete these goals, I also faced 3 obstacles. After leaving campus to come home, I was limited to some internet access, which I totally forgot about. Without internet access, it was really hard for me to remote into the Pi from my desktop or laptop due to the fact that everything was super slow. And also the slideshow issue. To automate slideshows, I had to find a library that would display one slide for a certain time and length, and that was very difficult. And also, here is an example of my bandwidth, 0.05 megabits per second download. It's pretty terrible, but that's kind of that's what I have to live with, I guess. With this setup, I kind of created this infrastructure. What you see on the left is Scott Griffith and his desktop. What Scott is doing right now is he's sending an image to a folder called to present. And now, when he's sending an image to present folder, there's going to be another file to display. That to display file is listening and grabbing any images in the to present folder, and those images will be presented onto the TV. And this is all occurring on the Raspberry Pi. We're going to jump into the to display.sh scripting. I use the language shell, which is a very common language for simple programs like this. What you see in the line directory, directory equals home pi desktop to present. That directory is grabbing the folder of all the images. And in the while loop, we are making sure that we're grabbing all the files in the folder. And then for each file, we're grabbing its name of the file. We're extracting the first character to display how long it will be displaying on the TV, and to display that using the library FBI. Now, the FBI was the issue I was having during the slideshow. I finally found it. It's a library that you can install on the terminal. It's a great tool to use if you want to make your own slideshow. To turning the TV display on and off, I use the tool called cronjob. Cronjob is pre-installed onto the Raspberry Pi. It was really hard to find first, but once you find it, it's really easy to use. The 2 lines of code I have on the bottom, I have it so that it starts at 8 a.m. Monday through Friday every month. Turn on the power. And then on hour 18, which is 6 p.m. every month, 1 through 5, which is Monday through Friday, turn off the power. To move images back and forth from point A to point B, I use the protocol SCP, which means the secure copy protocol. And below it kind of gives you a demo of how it kind of works. And this is a great way to send files from a remote device to another. Now, I don't have a demo yet, but this will be on in fall semester. There are a couple more things I'd like to finish with this independent study. I like to parse the first couple of integers so as that I can be seen for more than 9 seconds. And also make a folder that automates a secure copy protocol to the Pi without having to touch a line of code. This would make it easy for any professor to send media to the TV. And also have the Raspberry Pi run on a boot process without having to access the desktop. If you want to check this out, scan the QR code, and if you have any questions or if you want to email me, please do so. Thank you very much.